So you've been wholesaling real estate, you've been grinding like crazy, and you're still not having success. You're wondering, what do these people have that I don't? What does Zach have, or what did he have when he was 17 years old getting started in wholesaling real estate, getting deals that I just don't have now? Was he lucky? Was he in the perfect situation? What's the reason that he was so successful and I have to work so hard now? You might have to wonder, what makes somebody the top 1% in wholesaling real estate? How do I get ahead of all these other people trying to get into wholesaling real estate in my market? This is a really important question, and a question I want to dive into today on how you can get ahead of pretty much every single wholesaler by just working on a couple of things. I can make a video and talk about how you just gotta grind, man. You gotta hustle. You gotta be the machoest man in the world, and that's how you're gonna become successful. And that's really the secret to your success, is just be a man, grind like crazy, and then that's gonna make you great and successful. And that's gonna be lying to you. That is not how this business works. This is not how you become a successful wholesaler. This whole macho alpha male type thing is not gonna be it. The real way you make money in wholesaling real estate is through consistency. And I'm not trying to make any buzzwords to you today, right? Because you hear that all the time. Oh, consistency is breeds success, and that's what you got to do. And it is very true, but I think everybody hears it and they just kind of buzz out of it, right? So like you hear Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers or any successful quarterback, and then they say, oh, you work hard and you can get there, right? And I like it when people say that, but at the end of the day, there's no fundamentals being told there, right? And you have to look at some other great people and really deep dive into their answers to figure out how they're successful. For example, if you want to know how Kobe Bryant's so successful at basketball, he'll say, hey, I work hard and get consistent, and that's what I do. And you know, Kobe Bryant is in the top 1% of basketball players all time if you look at his career, right? And it's funny that's like, oh yeah, he just works hard. Okay, I'll work hard. If you really deep dove into what Kobe Bryant's done since he was 17 years old, 16, 15, 14, unfortunately passed away, and you know, when he retired from basketball, he practiced 6 days a week, 6 hours a day. Every single time. He took one day off for rest. Like, think about that for a second. Like, really, that's not 6 hours of work. That's 6 hours of basketball training. No weightlifting, no conditioning. Basketball training, 6 hours a day, 6 days a week. Really think about that. I work out for an hour a day, and if I do 2 hours, I'm like exhausted. 6 hours. Think about that for a second. Most people who worked out for 6 hours would be on the floor, and he did that 6 days straight. You really want to go back to any basketball player that, you know, wants to be successful. They're not doing that. That is mental insanity at that point to do that. But you kind of figure out that the level of consistency, the level of him working hard at such a long time frame, there's not anybody that, if you kind of put an odometer of work that Kobe Bryant put into basketball, whoever he's going against does not have anything close to that at all. So if you go back to me for wholesaling, if you look at my odometer, wholesaling real estate 14, 15 hours a day, since I was 17 years old until I was like 21-ish before I could scale a little more, I had a massive head start. I've been putting in, 9, 10, 11 hours for most of my years, and now it's a little less. It's like 4 hours a day, maybe most. My odometer in wholesaling real estate is so high, like even if a newbie comes in, I already put my tens of thousands of hours in this business. If you want to reach my level of success, you have to reach my odometer. You have to reach the hours I've already put into this business. And that's one thing I don't think a lot of wholesalers understand. It's very, very difficult to be a guy or gal making $1 million a month in wholesaling real estate that has put in a couple hours a week, right? Like, it doesn't work like that. You have to look at the odometer, and I don't think that a lot of people understand that, but the amount of hours you've put in this business over a long period of time shows your success. And yeah, I might only work 4 hours today wholesaling, but I have a whole team doing everything else for me. And really, I was able to hit that point because I've already hit my tens of thousands of hours. Like, you can't even compete with me. If you work 24 hours a day for the next 2 years, you're not even gonna be close to the amount of hours I put into wholesaling. That is how much time I've put in the past 7, 8 years in this business. My success is a little different. I don't think you're looking to make millions and millions and millions of dollars every single month, but even to be in the top 1%, right? So I'm the top 1% of the 1%, but if I'm talking about the top 1% of wholesalers, let's say you're making 40, 50K a month wholesaling, you don't have to put that many hours in the odometer, but you still got to be in the thousands of hours. And fundamentally doing what other people aren't willing to do will lead to your success. And so I love it when people love giving me excuses, but they talk about David Goggins videos all day. I mean, I love David Goggins, but he is the epitome of just weathering the storm and embracing how bad a situation you can have and just overcoming it and going crazy. And this is what I believe you should be doing right now in wholesaling. Whatever you have not wanting to do, or whatever has been upsetting for you or painful, like cold calling or going out here and door knocking, trying for dollars, whatever makes you uncomfortable, do it. And I promise you, you'll get a lot less uncomfortable. Many men and women have failed at wholesaling real estate because they have failed to become uncomfortable. This is why a lot of people struggle a lot in life. They will not make the risk. They will not start the business because it's uncomfortable. It's new. You don't know what's going to happen. There's no guarantee to your success. And that's the point. There's no guarantee to your success, but there's also no limit to your success. And once you start understanding that because there's no limit to the amount of money I can make, it is going to be unknown. But the best way to increase your percent chance, or the percent that you are going to become a successful wholesaler, is the amount of hours you put in this business. Fundamentally, on a large time horizon, if I look at the wholesalers who have put more hours in this business, usually there is an easy curve of the more hours you put in, the more money you make a year. And so the first thing I can tell you here is the amount of work you put in wholesaling real estate will dictate your success. Now let's talk about another thing, the myth of knowledge. So knowledge is a very controversial subject in wholesaling real estate. The truth here is a lot of people are in two camps. Either knowledge doesn't matter and you just gotta grind and put your head down, and then you got the other end, which is saying knowledge is everything and you're working way too hard. I'm somewhere in the middle here. I personally do believe that half of the game in wholesaling is the grind, and the other half is grinding the right way. The best example of this is just digging at a beach. Yes, you can dig at the beach with your bare hands and you can do very good. Like over 10 hours of digging with your hands, you can go pretty deep and get a lot of sand done. But if I just spent 2 hours with a shovel, I had a tool, I could do the same work of 10 hours in 2 hours. And that is working smarter, not harder. But there comes to a point where you put 15 minutes with a shovel and say, that's all I need to do. I have a shovel. And the guy who puts 10 hours beats you. And you're like, what? So it's a little bit of both. And the knowledge thing, I'm going to be completely honest with you. There's no piece of knowledge in wholesaling real estate that is so secret, that's not on YouTube, that is not on the internet, that is going to stop you from wholesaling success. There's not one piece. The probates, subject twos, creative financing, the information is here. The information age of wholesaling real estate is here. You have everything you need to know to get rich, to become successful, and to know what you need to do to start making money in wholesaling. The best piece of knowledge I can tell you is a piece of knowledge that will give you zero excuses to success. Now, the pieces of knowledge that is a prerequisite to you become successful in wholesaling is the knowledge that you are going to get nowhere by doing no action. And knowing that, at least running forward and doing something is better than nothing at all. Now, if you're running out here and doing the wrong things, that is something I think is important. So some ground rules here if you want to become a top 1% wholesaler is number one, get rid of on-market wholesaling. Do not wholesale on the MLS. Number two, stop with the FSBOs. And number three, only stick to 3 lead types. Government lists, or AKA free lists. Number two is going to be paid lists. List you can pay a software from. Or number three, earned lists. Lists you have to earn, like driving for dollars and reverse driving for dollars, or heck, even virtual driving for dollars. Knowing this and then just putting your effort into these things are going to land you wholesaling real estate deals. And then knowing cash buyers are come from cash sales from any software, or own the 4 rents, or in Craigslist and Facebook groups. That's all you really need to have wholesaling success. And the last part is just testing things out. So I said a lot of things there, right? There's 3 lead types: free, paid, and earned lists. Now, there are probably 40 to 50 type of lists in there. What I want you to do is just test them all out in your market. Just try them all. Try the pre-foreclosures. Try the fire damage properties. Try driving for dollars. And I'd recommend you put 5-10 hours at least into every list and see which one is getting me leads and which one is not getting me leads. And they're all gonna suck. It's all gonna be work. It's all not gonna be sunshine and rainbow. But with that grind, you're gonna get those experience points, just like playing a video game. I love talking to people that are really good at video games. And so for example, I know some people that are insanely good at Fortnite, but they're scared to death to wholesale. And the truth is, people tell me like, Zach, how do I get really good at wholesaling without putting a lot of work in? And I said, that's not even possible. And so I'll tell them, hey, how many hours? I'll say, how do I beat you in Fortnite? Like, how do I actually do way better than you at Fortnite with only putting 5 hours in the game? And they're gonna say that there's no way you can do that. I put so much work in, you're not gonna beat me unless you work like crazy at the game. And I'm like, huh. So I'm gonna have to put in 8 hours a day for years straight before I can even get close to your level. I just can't do it overnight. He says, no. I'm like, so why are you asking me the same thing in wholesaling? It's like a video game. You get experience points. You start leveling up. And the only way to get better is by doing it. Now, you could have wins in between starting out, right? Like I made 20 grand my first month wholesale. So it is completely possible. Now we talk about the last and most important part, you. That's right. The last thing you need for you to get ahead of 99% of every single wholesaler out there is yourself. You need to go all in on yourself. You have to bet on yourself. You have no other option. Now really think about this really hard. This is like you're at the roulette table and you only have $300 left. You're putting it all on black, you're putting it all on red, even on whatever it is. You are gonna have to put all the chips on yourself. Now this is a lot of pressure, but you have to understand with pressure comes diamonds, and that a lot of men have, where when you're backed in a corner, when you have no other option, that is when the real people succeed. That is where the real entrepreneurs make their money. Now, Jim Rohn said this a little while ago, before he passed away. He's a great guy. He said, how big would you dream if you knew you couldn't fail at it? And the question I ask you in wholesaling is, what goals would you have in your business if you knew you couldn't fail? If you knew you put at least X amount of hours every single week in wholesaling, you couldn't fail, what would you do? If you want to make $100,000, you know you can't fail, you just got to put some hours in, what would you do? And really start looking at it like that. And this will start creating this belief in your mind that you can actually do it. And a lot of people want to get started in wholesaling, they don't believe they can do it until they start doing it, then they believe in themselves and their business goes well. But I challenge you to actually have that belief that you can become successful and that you can do it now. Not later, not tomorrow, but now. Believe that you can do this. Having that belief in yourself, or what we call confidence, is going to change the way we approach ourselves. The way we talk to sellers changes once we believe in ourselves. Once we have confidence, the way we talk to cash buyers is different. And once we have confidence, the way we approach our marketing changes. Now, I am not trying to be that guy who says, just have confidence. That's the key to success. That's like the Kobe Bryant work hard thing. What is confidence? What is the pure definition of confidence? Well, in my opinion, the pure definition of confidence is a belief in yourself. And more specifically, a belief in the words you say and the actions you do. So if you believe in your action, you are confident. If you believe in the words you say, you are confident. The way you walk, the way you talk, the way you look at life, the way you approach sellers, buyers, and anyone in between, with a belief in the words you say, you will sound better. You won't have many ums or buts or ahs. You will feel completely at ease with yourself, knowing in your abilities that you can do everything possible. Now, this isn't blind optimism here, and I want you to really understand this. It's not like that you have this arrogance upon you that you can do anything. And in business and wholesaling, that is possible. But don't have this thing where your ego gets into play where, well, I'm going to close you right now. I have the confidence I can close you. Now, there's a difference between having confidence I can close you and then trying to close you and it doesn't work and I get completely shattered in my life that, oh my gosh, I thought I believed in myself. Now I don't believe myself anymore. You need to have the belief that you have the best chance of success. A belief when you talk to the seller that you and your partner actually can buy the house because you need the cash buyer versus a false confidence. I need to have real confidence. You can't, look at me. If I cold call 100 sellers, I do not have 100% confidence that I'm going to close all of them right there on the phone or they're all going to say yes. But what the confidence that I do have is when I talk to them, I have the best ability and I'm going to give my all on trying to get those sellers to say yes. And you start changing your mind, you start sounding better, you start sounding more in authority, and you start believing in yourself, you are going to be a top 1% wholesaler. And this comes from the beginning of your life to every way you approach your life. Start having confidence, start having belief. How do you approach your life? Or do you wake up in the morning and say, hey, this is another shot at life. Not a lot of people get to wake up in the morning. I am blessed with this opportunity. I'm going to make the most of it. Once you start looking at life like this, you will stop being a scared little baby. You'll stop being worried about what other people think or say about you. You'll talk to sellers with authority, knowing exactly what to say and how to say it. Now, you do go to my free wholesaling course, freewholesaling.com. We do share exactly how to do it the right way there. But becoming certain that you will succeed if you put the work in, having complete certainty that you know what to say and you've practiced it enough where you can become successful, that is how you have complete confidence in wholesaling real estate. So from the top, to become a top 1% wholesaler, to get ahead of 99% of other wholesalers, you have to put miles on the odometer. You gotta put effort in this business. You have to know exactly the list and channels to be doing, but also knowing that you have to go out here and work hard and have the right mindset and belief that you can do things. You have the confidence, you are certain, and you believe in yourself and your abilities. With this belief in yourself, you will get ahead of everybody else and you can go out here and become a successful wholesaler. Guys, if you're excited to start your wholesaling real estate journey, there is some information, it's not a necessity for your success, but I would go out here and have you try it out. Just go to freewholesaling.com, my free real estate wholesaling course. And like always, if you got any value from this video, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. This is Zach Ginn signing out. Have a blessed one.